There's this book in the public domain called Indian Melodies, and it's by Thomas Cummock. And it is of historical importance because it is the first hymnal published by a Native American in American history. There are other important historical things about it. It deals with shape note singing, which is a type of group singing that originated in Europe and was brought over here by the settlers. And my tribe, the Brotherton, picked it up because we had adopted Christianity. And Thomas Cummock was living with my tribe at the time that he wrote this book. And so when I heard about this and I realized that the shape note singers, that are at least where I'm at, were not using the book, I learned also some of them didn't even know it existed. I was like, well, I will reprint it to make it available to shape note singers. And I was actually talked out of doing that because, oh, don't you know there's another edition out there? Someone's already reprinted it. It's, this India company is reprinting it. And at the time, you couldn't hardly find it because it's, wasn't really out there. And some of the people that talked me out of it clearly thought I didn't know what I was doing when it came to republishing something like this, because I don't read music past every good boy does fine, so I was talked out of it, and I found a way to order my own copy of Indian Melodies, and I got it. But this is what a shape note singing hymnal looks like, because I've been like one time and I'm trying to learn it because it is, to my tribe. Please note that everything it's an oblong book. Everything is lovely. You can read it. You could put it on your stand where you're singing and have it in front of you, and it's large, so you don't have to be up on it. This is what I got, Indian Melodies. I'm going to cover the company logo because I've already left my review on Amazon. Okay, it's not even the right shape, guys. The back of it says, utilizes the latest technology to regenerate facsimiles of historically important writings. Careful attention has been made to accurately preserve the original format of each page whilst digitally enhancing the quality of the aged text. Okay. On the copyright page, it reads that they use state-of-the-art technology to digitally reconstruct the work, preserving the original format whilst repairing imperfections present in the aged copy. In rare cases, an imperfection in the original, such as a blemish or missing page, may be replicated in our edition. We do, however, repair the vast majority of imperfections successfully. Any imperfections that remain are intentionally left to preserve the state of such historical works. This is what the interior looks like after I get past their opening page. As you can see, all it is the page, but not even on the right sized paper, not resized, not nothing. You can barely read it. It's so tiny. That seal in the corner is from the library that donated it. I actually have the PDF that they donated because it's easily found on the internet. There's more. If I were to put this on my music stand while I'm shape note singing, I would have to be up like this. I might as well just staple it to my forehead. That's their idea of care and digital reconstruction. So I thought about it, and I looked once in a while, and the only copies available are, like that. So I said, I need to bring this back to my people. A lot of publishing companies do, especially small ones like us. We republish public domain works. It's just something small companies do, to broaden their library. But that's actually good for the public domain stuff because it keeps it out there for the public to be able to purchase if they want a hard copy, and even preserves the information should something happen. There's stuff that we have that's centuries old from Greece, and the only reason why it has survived is because somebody created new copies, and those new copies survived and the originals did not. So reprinting public domain stuff isn't a bad practice as long as you make sure to have your credits where they belong and know what you're doing and keep things good in quality. So I have been working really hard on putting together and using various PDFs from various different places that have donated the book so that I could get, different views of the sheets reconstructed The book took a very long time, but that you might be pleased to know that because I was only reconstructing pages, not writing music, I did know what I was doing. So I have this thing, and the only print-on-demand place I could find, because unfortunately to print a run of the book would cost far more money than I've got in my coffers. So to print it through print-on-demand so that people could have access to it, and I had to go through Createspace. They were the only place that offered an oblong size that would match, would be shaped like this, but flipping instead of up and down. The binding would be this side. I'm terrible at that. Createspace has flagged it and claimed that I am in copyright violation of this public domain book. Now, in Createspace's bylines, they say they do not reprint public domain works. So what I did is I contacted them before ever finishing the PDF. And I got in contact with one of their service customers, service people, and I explained that I was trying to bring the book home, that I was trying, and I was hoping to make a run, and I was going to give it to some people, especially if they were within my tribe. And they said, yes, go ahead. I originally was going to add illustrations and pretty beautify up the book, but many people have expressed a desire for the book to remain intact the way it was, so my plan changed. And I'm still working on an illustrated version, but I also put out the original quote-unquote pristine version for people who are purists, and it's the pristine version they have flagged. I'm not finished with the illustrated one yet. They want me to provide written proof of some form that the author has given me permission. Oh, there's a law. That's just basically it in a nutshell. The author's been dead for over 100 years. We're only like 10 or 12 years. We're like 10 to 20 years shy of it being 200 years. I mean, it's in public domain. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm rather disappointed because I was so excited to be on the home run for this, to be able to gift this to people. But this is what drives me to it because, oh my gosh. So I guess I will be looking for a way to print a physical run. It's disappointing. I've been reading a lot of scandal with Createspace today as I look on what to do legally. I make no bones about it. I have filed a formal complaint against them before, and I'm not the only one. And I really don't like to do that. It's a pain in the butt, and it's more drama than I like. But the truth is, if after being told it was, good, okay, and then they reject this book, I might just do it again, especially after I got a clear to do this. But that's the news from Wota. Now I'm going to go back to work. I'll let you see this book one last time. Try singing that.